Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Arduna, this is my mom Gina.
And he's a journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
I'm enthusiastic because we're welcoming people into our home for the first time.
Yes, we are, and that is an interesting view for us today, as our outside set is a construction zone right now.
It is unavailable to us.
It is. We are getting our roof repaired, and so we can't be outside on our actual deck.
We're getting it replaced, and my son makes us do this show in the snow, the rain, the blistering heat. So it had to be something major for us to actually come inside.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, these roofers are skywalkers.
They are.
We are in our basement. Some
brave men, that's
yes,
for sure.
Our man cave, and we have a basement that's finished, so it means your house is elevated,
right.
And then we have 2 stories. So those guys are up there skywalking. I keep looking out the window hoping I don't see anybody fall down.
Yeah, they are up there.
They're pretty high,
and I don't necessarily have height issues, but that would be difficult to be up there.
It would be, but that's why we're inside. So welcome to the sports cave downstairs.
Exactly. Well, thank you for joining us as always. We're going to get into some NFL talk today, as Week 2 wrapped up this last weekend. We are now approaching Week 3, and we're going to talk about some of the things that
we got to go over our picks.
Right. Well, we're gonna go over our picks, but we're going to talk about some of the good things that we like and some of the things that are kind of surprising and kind of bad right now in the league. But let's talk about our picks. Okay, so we had the Vikings and Steelers matchup that we talked about. We both picked the Steelers in that one. We have the Packers-Falcons. We both picked the Packers on that one. And
we were both wrong.
Lit it up and won that game.
Yes.
Then we had the Titans and the Jaguars. We both picked the Jags on that one. And the Titans
we were wrong.
Tore that one up as well. Then we had the Cowboys and the Broncos. We did both pick the Broncos in that one.
And we were both right.
Yeah, we were both right on that one. Also, we had the Chiefs, our Kansas City Chiefs, and the Philadelphia Eagles. We both picked the Chiefs, and that was a great game to watch. Very exciting. And then last but not least, we had the Texans and the Bengals, and we both split. You picked the Bengals.
I'm so sorry, Texans.
And I picked the Texans.
I should never pick against my team.
Backwards, but that's how we went.
And you were right. So you went 4-2, and I went 3-3.
Right.
Okay.
And so, but that's how it's going to be. I mean, hey, there are going to be weeks where
tune in for our college picks.
Hey, you're going to go 0 or win one game, or you might go almost all of them.
That's right.
That's kind of how we broke it down.
It's all skill. It's all skill.
Right. Well. Let's talk about some of the other teams that are doing really well. We got 10 teams right now that are undefeated. Would you like to list off some of those teams?
Yeah, we've got 10 teams undefeated, and I will start with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Our Chiefs are 2-0. Then you've got the Raiders that are also 2-0, and the Broncos are 2-0.
AFC West.
Man, that is a tough division for anybody. Well, then you have the Falcons and the Steelers also 2-0.
Yep.
You've got the Ravens, the Lions, and the Panthers all 2-0. And then 2 other undefeated teams are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Miami Dolphins. But they both only played 1 game.
Right.
They had to cancel games the first week or move them because of Hurricane Irma. But hey, you play 1 game, you win 1 game, you're undefeated. So there you go. The Dolphins are on top of their division right now.
Yes,
so
they are.
there you go.
That's pretty crazy because no one picked them. I mean, obviously it's early. Well, let's talk about the NFL power rankings right now. They go 1 through 32. But we're just going to talk about the top 10.
Sure.
We've got the Falcons, who are number 1, the Chiefs at number 2, Steelers at number 3, you got the Patriots at number 4, Raiders at number 5, you got the Packers at number 6, the Broncos at 7, Cowboys at 8, you got the Seahawks at 9, and then you got the Ravens at 10. The Falcons moved up. They were actually number 7 going into Week 2, and so now they moved up.
That was a pretty convincing win at home, so I'm not surprised by that.
Right. The Chiefs were number 3. Now they're number 2, which that makes
again,
a lot
pretty
of
decent
sense.
win at home against another ranked team.
The Steelers were number 1, and they're now number 3. They didn't do anything wrong necessarily.
But this is quality of wins kind of
exactly
thing.
How you've performed. The Patriots stayed put at number 4. So, okay, good Patriots.
Favoritism.
So, you got the Raiders, who were number 6. They moved up 1 slot to number 5, so that's good. AFC West again. The Packers, who were number 2, excuse me, they were number 2, and now they're now to number 6, with getting split there, winning against the Seahawks and then kind of getting dismantled against the Falcons. And then you got the Broncos, who were actually at number 15, but now they've jumped up to number 7.
So quality win.
They beat the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys, speaking of the Cowboys, who were number 5, they're now number 8. Seattle, they moved up or I guess I should say they moved down. They were number 8. They're number 9. And then the Ravens made a pretty big jump from 14 to now number 10 in the league. Now, this is just week 2. After week 2, going into week 3. But these teams that we just listed off as far as being top 10 are, for the most part, undefeated or 1-1.
Absolutely. So, and a couple of teams that were in the top 10, the Lions were in. They're now at 12. And the Philadelphia Eagles they were at number 9.
They dropped out. So, yeah, and so it's going to be going on. We haven't even reached the quarter of the season yet. It's going to be going on.
We're 2 games in. But the power rank, it's kind of fun. It's like the NCAA, the weekly. And it's really good to see your team. We have playoffs in the NFL, which is a great thing. But it's nice if your team's sitting at number 1 or 2. You got a top 10 team in the country. That feels good no matter if it's college or pro. So I'm glad we've got those out.
Well, now that we've talked about all these good things for these franchises in the league, let's kind of talk about some of the ugly or bad things going on right now.
Well, I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
We got some teams that are not performing well. Seattle Seahawks have put up 10.5 points in 2 games. My Houston Texans have put up an average of 10 points in 2 games. The New York Giants, football Giants, have put up 6.5 points in 2 games. The 49ers have put up 6 points in 2 games. And the Bengals have averaged, and these are averages, but they've averaged 4.5 points in 2 games. I mean, we all know the Bengals got shut out week 1, 0 goose egg, and then they put up 9 points this past weekend. But that's just not acceptable in my mind.
It's not.
For NFL, for professional, and I get it, defenses are better, all of that, but your offenses are better. You got people who are barely putting up 1 touchdown a game and some teams who aren't averaging a touchdown per game. That's not okay.
It's the league, and there are athletes all over the field. And you understand maybe in that first week if you get 2 field goals or something like that, that's frustrating. But to go into week 2 and still not scoring a touchdown, that's pretty bad.
No, that's pretty unacceptable.
There's a lot of reasons for that. It just could be there's some team cohesion that needs to take place. Maybe there's some leadership that has to start to step up. Some people are claiming that the offensive lines right now for a lot of these teams are not very good. So,
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, and I
feel like the O-line play across the board. And I'm wearing the Oxford Knights. It's your younger brother's middle school. They got a big game today. He's an O-lineman. You were a fantastic running back. He's a big old Bubba offensive lineman. And what I see is that you've got O-lines that are not doing their protection. And we're not just talking about people getting blitzed. We're talking about 3- and 4-man fronts getting through. There is a problem in the NFL O-line right now. And I don't know what it is. I'm not an expert. I'm just the enthusiast. But there's a problem. Even strong O-lines like the Cowboys didn't look good. We got poor Eli Manning switched to the Giants. That man is running for his life. Russell Wilson running for his life. There's a problem in the NFL, and it starts at that 5-man front.
Exactly. Well, and even our Kansas City Chiefs, Alex Smith was kind of getting hit a little too much this weekend.
More than we like, but I do love our line.
We have a strong line, but so do the Cowboys. And so it's one of those situations where I think as the season continues to progress, you would like to see O-linemen start to gel, guys are healthy, whatever. But to start out, it has been a bad start for the offensive line for a lot of these teams right now. And so,
well, speaking of bad starts, we got a couple of teams that are 0-2. The Jets, the Browns, the Bengals, the Colts, Chargers, Giants, Bears, 49ers, and Saints. All of these teams have been blanked back-to-back weeks. The quick question as we wrap up here is, of any of those teams, Jets, Browns, Bengals, Colts, Chargers, Giants, Bears, 49ers, and Saints, do any of them have a chance to make the playoffs? I'm not talking Super Bowl. I'm just saying turn it around enough to make the playoffs.
Well, the problem for some of those teams is that their divisions are really tough. And so if they're not competitive from here on out, there's no chance for them to really get going. So for me, I'm looking at divisions. I'm looking at the Colts. They play in the AFC South, and now that is the Texans, and it is the Titans, and so those are good teams. But I think if there is a chance, the Colts maybe could do that because I know the Texans are a little bit off right now, and if Marcus Mariota stays healthy, then that might,
we can even talk about wild card spots.
I think maybe the Colts would have the best chance out of that group. I'd like to look at the Giants and Saints too, but I think I would go with the Colts.
I am super unimpressed with the Saints, even though I picked them in their division.
Yeah.
I'm jumping off the bandwagon. I have to go with you with the Colts because I just think the Giants are in such a tough division. And
yes.
At this point, all of them could be out as far as I'm concerned. But if anyone has a sliver of chance, I might have to throw my. And I hate the Colts.
And
I just have to go with the Colts.
They still have Andrew Luck once he comes back healthy, and
I'm not rooting for Jacoby Brissett. I should say that too. You know.
Yeah. So and we'll see what happens. But all those teams. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be a rough road.
It is going to be a rough road. Well, we want to say we appreciate your time. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Type in my name, OTD, and you will see, or type in my name, Adam Orduna, and you will see all of our episodes from OTD. Subscribe, continue to like our Facebook page. Type in OTD there, and just continue to tune in, folks. We just want to see what you have to say about what we're doing here. We want to say we appreciate your time, and we'll see you again, folks.
Go Chiefs!